keep on fighting for clean beaches so that the generations ahead can go to the beach in the summertime. Some of that stuff you all already know, right? I'm preaching to the choir that our beaches are closing. So, practicing what we think can happen, right? And saying it out loud. If anybody saw the Now This video that we produced during the Democratic debate, it was Detroiters talking about some of the issues that we've had. Water shutoffs, dealing with lack of access to clean and healthy, affordable water. We have about 200,000 shutoffs every year in the DTE service energy in service territory just because people can't afford their energy. Now, that's not the kind of world that we want to live in, where we're thinking about people huddled in rooms, barricading off parts of their house with a little space heater because they're trying to survive the polar vortex. That's what the situation is in Detroit right now. And we can't afford the energy that we do have, much less trying to produce the kind of solar, renewable energy that we really need, right? We need to replace all of our infrastructure. DTE has put out their integrated resource plan. It's a 15-year plan that reviews what their portfolio will look like, and a lot of that is replacing these old coal plants with natural gas. They're coming into vertical alignment by buying pipelines that bring fracked gas from the Marcellus shales to the Great Lakes and putting that in a pipeline, whether it's the Nexus or the Rover, and then shipping it off to natural gas facilities.
A butterfly.
So we're going to continue to fight against these big oil magnets by trying to continue to push for some of those policy solutions, but we really have to think about how we're bringing our lowest income and most vulnerable people. So, you know, my daughter Zara here, she goes to Mayberry Elementary in Southwest Detroit, and, you know, they turned off the water in all of DPS schools because the pipelines are rotting out from lead. And so they bring in the water and they drink out of little cones, right? These are things that we have to stop. So how can we renovate our public school system? How can we change all of our infrastructure so that we're not drinking poison and contaminated water while building out the energy future? So can you imagine our neighborhood schools that have local food production, that are solar panels, that when the lights go out in the neighborhoods, that people can go to a refrigerator that's solar powered, that they could charge their phones when the lights go out, that they could survive in the winter? Because we really have to think about it in that context with the rapid advancement of climate change. We also know from DTE, from their most recent rate case, they're spending more money just fixing the old and rotting infrastructure than they are planning out that new infrastructure. And so what we're paying for is putting on a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. It's a runaway train off of a cliff. And with the amount of weather changes that we're having, it's going to continue to be this dire situation.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, Y, X, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Now I know my ABC. Next time, won't you sing with me?
Woo!
So as we continue to organize, you know, every single thing that we do is one step closer to the future that we need. And that's what we have to keep on believing, right? That it's okay if you're having a hard day or week or month or year to say, I need to rest, I need to take care of my family, I need to do these sorts of things. But every time we engage in things like this, it's one more step closer in a long march of rebuilding our future. But we have to be better at bringing in our friends, our neighbors, our community members, and building the links across movements and talking about poverty while we're talking about energy, and talking about police violence while we're talking about the future, and talking about the future of our educational system while we're talking about why we don't need nuclear energy. So bringing these things together are really the only way we're going to be able to change our political system, which is the core of what's happening, right? That the oil magnates that we talk about it in our household, that their greed is so big and they want so much money that it's really the people, and we have to build our team, right, Zara? Build our team so that our team gets bigger and our voice gets stronger. So thank you all for coming out to an event like this, and continue doing what you're doing. Get your friends, your neighbors, your parish, your synagogue involved so that we can continue to work together for a future for all our little ones.
How I wonder what you are. Up above my world so high, like a diamond in the sky.
I know.
Twinkle little star, how I wonder what you are.
Woo!
Not to be out there.
Fill me up, buttercup baby, just wrap me down. I love you still. I need you more than anyone, darling. You know what I have done to die for good. Yeah.
What did Lisa do? My cousin. My feet.